Morning. I'm going to try and keep this as short as possible because I'm sure nobody's really that interested. But for me, this is hard not to share, and I'm going to try and do it without sounding preachy. I wouldn't push anything on anybody, but I just feel like it's just worth sharing because it's unbelievable, really. So we've all got our challenges. We've all got our unique set of physical and mental ailments, and I certainly had mine. And honestly, I was fed up. I'm like, I'm sick of this. I'm going to try and do something about it. So I've watched anecdote after anecdote based on this carnivore diet, and the keto or ketovore, and all of these people were recording the same kind of effects, the same benefits, the same findings. So I was like, wow, this sounds amazing. I'm going to just test this out to see whether it works for me because we're all different. So basically, without getting too personal, my depression is gone. Okay, I don't feel like I have the same kind of mental fog or mental health problems. I have more energy in the morning. I wake up very easily. I'm more tired at night. I just have better mental clarity. I feel more articulate. I choose my words more easily. I feel like I understand things more effortlessly. I had chronic acid reflux. That's gone, deceased. 2 days that took. Like I say, I don't have any kind of what I would call depressed symptoms. Like, we're all going to have ups and downs in the day and in our lives, but that unnecessary suffering has lifted. It might not look like it, but my skin has improved. I don't burn in the sun. I don't sweat. I know this sounds crazy. I can attribute that to restricting omega-6 out of the diet. That's why that happens. No plaque on my teeth, no wax in my ears. It's crazy. Everything that these people are documenting that happens when you go on a carnivore diet, it's not fad, it's true. So like, if you want to lose weight, you can say goodbye to all your fat. If you have acid reflux, if you have type 2 diabetes, you can say goodbye to that. Mental health, so many people are suffering from mental health. Why do you think that is? Like, look at the human diet, right? We're way too emotional and addicted to our food. It's just sugar. Even when people feel like they're eating healthy, they eat oats in the morning and they have it with a banana or an apple. That's dessert, all right? Like, your oats are going to spike your blood sugar. So's the banana like crazy, and so's the apple. So yeah, there's some vitamins and nutrients in there, but try eating an egg or like 6 eggs. My breakfast for the first 30 days, I ate a ribeye steak, 4 whole egg yolks, and about 6 rations of bacon. Like, people were like, how are you losing weight on this diet? I mean, the science is, I won't get into the science, but you're using ketones for energy rather than glucose. And that is why it's better for your brain. Your brain functions better on ketones than it does glucose. And I have natural endogenous glucose still, even though I don't consume even a gram of it in a day. So yeah, if you're sitting there and you're suffering with inflammation, you've got inflammation in your knees, you struggle to go upstairs, you get out of breath, if you have sleep problems, if you have energy problems, if you feel depressed, if you have mood swings that go up and down, I attribute all of this to spiking blood sugar with every single meal, and we're eating way too often in the day, like 5 times, People were like, oh, eat fruit and veg, eat loads of them, put them on your plate every day. Our ancestors did not have access to fruit and vegetables all year round. They ate ruminant meat, nose to tail, and in the summer they would eat berries to fatten up for the winter. That's it. Do you see bananas growing in this country? We have no business eating bananas every single day. That, in my opinion, right? Sugar, carbohydrates, doesn't matter what carbohydrate, bread, it's all the same. Whole grains, legumes, none of it's healthy. It's all dessert. Everybody's having dessert in the morning, snacking on dessert, having lunch, dessert. Then they have alcohol, which is pure fructose, which goes to the liver. Orange juice, that's not healthy, it's alcohol. It's the same as alcohol, it's pure fructose. It has to be metabolized via the liver. 1 in 5 children have fat on their liver, and that's why. Why are so many men killing themselves? Why do so many human beings today suffer from mental health? Where's Parkinson's coming from? Where's Alzheimer's? It's all sugar. And like I say, I don't want to sound preachy. It's very difficult not to get enthusiastic and passionate about this, because seriously, I've never felt better. I have mental clarity that I've never had or experienced before. Find myself smiling for no reason whatsoever. I'm not very academic, right? But I feel like I'm more articulate. And when I sit down and play the piano, I understand what I'm doing more. For the first time in my life, I understand the theory side. You might shake your head and be like, oh, that's just stupid. But give it a try. If you've got any reason, any kind of suffering that you're sick of, that you deal with every single day, up and down with your moods, the crashing, the mental health, type 2 diabetes. If your doctor tells you, you've got this problem, you've got that problem, throw your medication out and go on a carnivore diet. Or, go on a carnivore diet, and then you'll start ODing on your bloody medication, and then you can cut it out. Because seriously, you don't need to continue just treating your symptoms and masking the causation. The causation is carbohydrates, especially sugar, right? The more refined, the worse. Poppy seeds are okay, but you refine it, and then you got heroin. So that's a substance. Sugar is a substance. It's addictive. I was addicted. I probably still am. It's not like I don't think about those foods, but I don't get emotional about food anymore. I mean, how ridiculous to miss and get emotional about food. We used to eat maybe once a day if we were lucky, and that we are only here because of what our ancestors did. They did not have access to sugar, fruit, veg, and omega-6 in high doses every day. That's why women's breast milk's corrupt. That's why the formula that they base on women's breast milk is also corrupt. It's way too low in vitamin D, and it's way too high in omega-6, which is linoleic acid, without getting too scientific. So I had reason enough to do it. Maybe you feel like, do you know what? Good for him, but I ain't doing that. I can't live without that. Life's not worth living if I can't have the things that I enjoy. Well, guess what? I enjoy the 99% of my day where I'm not eating so much more, and I can still satiate myself on fatty meat, which I actually love. I love eggs. I love beef. Fat is full of flavor. It's also full of goodness. Eat your fat. Eat your cholesterol. Your brain's made of fat and cholesterol. I don't know why your doctors are telling you that your high cholesterol totals the reason to be scared, of cardiovascular health, and nonsense. As long as you don't glycate, high glycemic foods, glucose, as long as you don't feed these LDL particles, they don't become the harmful, smaller, condensed particles. If you're not glycating cancer cells, cancer has nothing to eat. Cancer doesn't eat oxygen, it eats glucose. So this just makes so much sense. So seriously, I can't think of many problems that I really have that haven't at least improved. So there you go. I just feel like sharing this, because I guess it gets to a point, all these anecdotes, it becomes collective statistical data. And I can't stop smiling. So seriously, give it a go. If you feel like, a challenge is always great anyway. Give it a go. 30-day challenge. I think it's called, like a lot of people are calling it, BBBE. Bacon, beef, butter and egg challenge. So you're cooking butter, your eggs, as many as you want, steaks, and have some eggs with the yolk, because you're going to get all your nutrients in the egg. So yeah, so there you go. So cheers for listening. Hopefully this is helpful for anybody who feels like they're suffering unnecessarily, and hey, you can say goodbye to that in 3 weeks, seriously. So cheers, guys.